peer support can be found in a lot of different ways. I think for me, mainly peer support was found on social media in terms of dedicated social media groups. There's many autistic women groups. You find autistic women online on Facebook, for example. You can join many of those groups. Most groups are pretty easy to join as long as you just say, like, I'm either suspected or have a diagnosis. And there can be groups dedicated to women specifically as well.
My number one piece of advice for anyone discovering the autism community and seeking a diagnosis, if that's for you, is to seek out meeting other people on the spectrum. So I would highly recommend finding a social group or a support group. I know I have an online social group. We're quite explicit that we're not a support group, we just meet up online and have a chat to each other. Half the time it's about autism related topics, half the time it's not.
When finding your tribe, this is what I like to call it, it can be incredibly beneficial in getting the support and the understanding more about yourself and more about other people that are out there that are just like you, because it's often quite overwhelming just after getting a diagnosis, and it is also good to be able to talk it through with other people going, yes, I've got this, I've got some understanding, but I also don't feel alone in what I'm going through in this process, because often after diagnosis, some people may feel really quite sad, or they may feel angry, or they can feel really relieved and feel really energized. So there can be all sorts of mixed emotions after diagnosis. So it's good to have other people that are also there with you. And finding these people, they can be done through social media, which is quite often, there's lots of different groups out there. There may be local support groups around you.
For me, it's kind of peer support comes in sort of like, a few different ways, like online, offline, and it's just about finding that right group for you. And what the purpose of it, I suppose, is it to get that sort of support that you're not alone? Is it to find information about what you need, about your diagnosis? Is it simply about learning workplace skills or relevant skills to help you in an area? So that's what I find in peer support. You've got to think about what you want out of it too.
When you talk to other people and hear real stories from real people, it puts your own life into perspective. And it's also a great resource for just asking around in your local community. There's not always one best piece of advice for any one person. So when you ask around and you get little tips from other people in a similar situation, they can recommend you groups, they can recommend you organizations, they can say, I had this experience with this person. It just helps you get a sense of what the whole process is like, and knowledge helps with anxiety. If you have no idea what it's going to be like, it can be really big and overwhelming. So talking to other people who have been through the process before is a really great resource.
A lot of the challenges you face in the real world, I suppose, are sort of taken away a little bit in that social media medium for me. So I've just found my experience in that sense was, like when I just leaned really hard into social media, that was how I was able to cope initially with, finding out I was autistic.